I guess it did say waiting for me. I don't know why. But good morning. Good evening. Hi. Who said you are here? I see you. Let's lower the song because it's a bit loud. Not too loud for me, but it's very loud for you. There we go. Now you can hear me better. So, as you can see, we are gonna read Fluttershy's Bad Hair Day today. And this was requested by Ilya. It's a lot shorter than yours. As you can see, here's the comment that he requested it. And I actually got a reply that I am approved. I can read it. We can show you this. Sure, that's fine. At least 2 readings of the fanfic already exist, but feel free to create another one. Well, I be requested, so that's what we are gonna do. No, it didn't, I think. I just added it now. But it was always written down in the description. So as you can see, these are really short, like 5,000 words, 6,000 words, 8,000 words. So 9 chapters basically. And so we are gonna do 2 chapters at one all the time. We are gonna go much faster. And probably you should watch my face. Hi. You can see me now. And obviously we are gonna start with chapter 1. I'm gonna check if everything is fine. Seems fine. Oh, there is a little bit of delay. But you should be able to see me now. There you are. I'm already nearly out of coffee. So before I start, I'm gonna prepare some extra drinks, so I don't have to go out all the time. Just a little bit of preparation. I should have done that before. But hey, are we ready for Fluttershy's Bad Hair Day? I probably should practice a little bit of Fluttershy, but I'm not sure about this. Yay! That's probably gonna be the main character here, so I just hope they are not gonna be all the main 6, because you know how bad I was, and I still am, with the main 6 voices. Especially Applejack. There we go, coffee is gone. So I guess, let's just start with chapter 1. Let's see, What do we want for chapter 1? Not this song, for sure. Maybe this one. Crash! Fluttershy sighed. Glancing at the now damaged wooden birdhouse that had tumbled to the cottage floor. Rainbow Dash? She asked quietly. Do you think you could be just a teensy bit more careful? Yeah, sorry, said Rainbow Dash absent-mindedly as she continued to dart quickly around the interior of Fluttershy's home. Now, where's your other suitcase? Oh, they are gonna go away. Okay, it's probably gonna be a little bit of vacation. And say this in your best AJ impression. I don't have a best AJ impression, that's for sure. Howdy you all! That's horrible. I can hear it, it's horrible. In the closet, Fluttershy said. She winced as Rainbow shot like a rocket into the hallway to retrieve it. But fortunately, nothing to prove this time, as the excited mare whizzed by. Rainbow Dash? Fluttershy began hesitantly. I'm sorry, but why are you so, excited about this? I mean, you're not even coming with me. Rainbow poked her head out from the closet. I know that, she insisted. I'm just excited to think that you are going. Las Pegasus is awesome, Fluttershy. It's not like cows there, but it's clear across Persia. The police who live there are really interesting, because their culture is a little different than what we are used to around Ponyville. Especially since Film and Flam went there, right? I actually hope that there are no spoilers to season 9, or the last part of season 8. I didn't even check. Rainbow yanked the suitcase out of the small storage space with her teeth and tossed it in Fluttershy's direction. The timid mare squeaked in fear. It recoiled, allowing the large bag to thud to the ground in front of her. Besides, Rainbow continued, oblivious to her friend's usual meekness, there is so much to do in Pegasus. It's a big city, even bigger than Clouds there. They've got way more shopping and dining and shows and clubs than any place around here, except maybe Canterlot. But everything in Las Pegasus is run by Pegasi in mind, instead of big crowd on hypos unicorns. I haven't had this either. When was this boy? It was okay. There is definitely no spoilers because this was published in April 2012. Well, that sounds nice, Fluttershy admitted, making good use of her favorite adjective. But I still don't understand why it matters to you. You already said that you can't come along because of your big downpour. You and your team have been organizing for Ponyville this week. Oh, okay, I see where this is placed. This is where they are gonna do the... Wait. What? Oh, this is one of the other big downpours where Fluttershy is not helping. So this is after, because that was the first that Rainbow Dash attended. Yeah, I know, Rainbow Dash said, so sounding slightly disappointed. I guess I just thinking about that place makes me get all worked up. You're gonna have the best vacation ever, Fluttershy, trust me. This is posted because Los Pegasus was mentioned in the show. I think it was mentioned, but it was not in the show yet. Not shown in the show at that point. I'm sure it will be lovely, Fluttershy said. But I need to make sure everything is perfect for my little animal friend while I'm gone. She trotted over to the remains of the birdhouse on the floor. And if these keep breaking, I'm just going to need to stay around even longer until they are all fixed. Oh, I already found the problem. It's a T right here. I'm gonna we need to remember that, and I can tell him to fix that. Just stay around. It all happens. It's not a typo. It's back in season 2. I will have to watch for mention of it from other reactors. No, okay. Rainbow Dash finally seemed to take the hint and lowered her speed slightly, so as not to damage any more Fluttershy's knickknacks. Knickknacks. Wow, that's a word. I know that word, but it's still a word. Fluttershy carefully lifted the birdhouse onto the table and began to fit the pieces back together. Thank you for helping me back, Rainbow, she said. Even though a few things got broken, it would have taken me much longer to do it all by myself. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, let me start a notepad. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paragraph 11. There we go. Thank you for the suggestion. That's a good idea. Even though a few things got broken, it would have taken me much longer to do it all by myself. No problem, Fluttershy, Rainbow replied. I'm always ready to help out an old friend. Speaking of which, is there anything else you need me to do before I leave? That's true. Yes, actually. Fluttershy mumbled as she forced the plank back into the base of the birdhouse. If it wouldn't be too much of a bother, could you go get the tea started while I finish fixing this? I'm thinking. This code was mentioned here. They already had teas, didn't they? Season 2 was when this code appeared. Rainbow blinked. The what? The tea. Fluttershy repeated. I always have a cup of nice hot herbal tea before I go to bed. It helps me calm down and sleep better. And I do need to get enough sleep if I'm going to get up bright and early for my trip tomorrow. Leave it to me, Rainbow declared. The speedy Pegasus launched herself into the kitchen, and Fluttershy winced at the loud sound of clattering cookware that immediately followed. Well, I guess she's gonna go to the the tea shop and get some new teapots. Rainbow Dash hoisted a large kettle under the stove and filled it with water from the small, clear natural spring that bubbled up from the ground in the corner of Fluttershy's kitchen. Oh, they haven't. Oh, okay. But he didn't return to season 3. A few minutes later, she nodded approvingly as the water came to boil. After pouring the steaming liquid into a cup, she and opened Fluttershy's cupboard. What? I think... okay. Just a copy. One of them doesn't need it. It's either she opened Fluttershy's cupboard after oh, okay, it's an and. The and doesn't need. After pouring steaming liquid into the cup, she opened Fluttershy's cupboard and was shocked by the huge assortment of herbs and flowers found within. Yep, it's the end. It's probably a leftover, because she probably just said... No, it's... I don't know why it's there. Fluttershy, what do you want in your tea? The same Pegasus called. Everything is fine. Fluttershy replied from the living room. There's lots of herbs to choose from. Just make sure you don't use one of the top shelf. Obviously she's gonna choose one of the top shelf. Rainbow startled to hear her friend's quiet voice over the whistling tea kettle. What did she say? She thought to herself, something about using one from the top shelf? Well, alright then. Obvious problems. Rainbow fluttered up. Wow, Rainbow fluttered up to peer at the contents of the uppermost shelf. It was laden with some of the most exotic and unusual plants she had ever seen. Rainbow scratched up her nose. These can't possibly taste good, she mumbled to herself. But hey, it's what Fluttershy wants, right? Rainbow snatched up the most appetizing plant, a vivid purple flower, with unusual shaped petals, and dunked it into the tea. She also grabbed a few other ingredients from the lower shelves that she was more familiar with, and added them as well. The contents of the cup slowly turned into rich brown color she had hoped for. After the tea had steeped properly, Rainbow tossed the plants out of the window. What? Wait? What? Oh, because it was already used as a tea. Okay. Into the compost heap, before returning to the living room, where Fluttershy was carefully hanging the repaired birdhouse back on the peg where it belonged. Poison joke! No, the poison joke is blue. Right? I think the poison joke is blue, isn't it? This one is a purple flower. But we will see what's the... what will it do? Because it's obviously an exotic flower and Fluttershy doesn't want it to be used as a tea. Your tea is all done, Fluttershy, Rainbow said. Oh, thank you, Rainbow. The yellow Pegasus replied, smiling. And I just finished the repairs. I'm finally all ready to leave tomorrow morning. Zakra shakes her head in pity at this situation. Yep. I had it. Sweet. Rainbow said, it's starting to get late, so I'm gonna get going. See you next week, Fluttershy. Oh, and have an awesome vacation. And with that, the energetic mare was out of the door. I'm surprised she went out of the door, not the window. Fluttershy giggled. Rainbow can be a little overzealous sometimes, she thought to herself, but she really is a good friend. The mare trotted into the kitchen to find the hot cup of herbal tea waiting on the counter. Not sure what to expect, she took a sip. The taste was a little unusual, but definitely not bad. Fluttershy silently resolved to ask Rainbow Dash which herbs she had used to create such a unique and surprisingly tasty brew. That is, if her colorful friend could even remember. Fluttershy was grateful regardless, and serenely sipped the tea as she went to check on her animal friends. Once she was satisfied that all the birds, rodents, and other small creatures were nested away, the mare trotted to her own bed for the night. Thoughts of her trip to the next morning floated in her mind, but like anything out of the normal routine, they made Fluttershy feel a bit nervous. A rapid thumping shook the mare from her worries. She glanced down to the source of the familiar noise, and found herself looking into the grumpy face of her pet rabbit Angel, who was tapping his foot angrily. "Oh, Angel Bunny, I almost forgot." Fluttershy cooed, climbing back out of the bed. "You want your bedtime snack, don't you?" The mare reached into a basket and pulled out a fresh carrot, which she offered to the rabbit. "Are you glad," as if to say, "took you long enough?" and grudgingly accepted the carrot, dragging it back into his den. Fluttershy giggled as she took another sip of the tea. "Oh, Angel Bunny, what am I going to do with you?" Angel just scowled, but Fluttershy could see the appreciative glint in his eye, hidden behind his guise of indifference. Fluttershy laughed softly. "I know you like to act like a grump. Just go on and eat your carrot." You remember, I don't know if you were there when I said things about this part in the series. She did that in the series as well. Eat your fucking carrot! Don't worry, I only listened a little. I have a feeling that these bedtime carrots are laced with selective or something to put her Angel to sleep. Angel disappeared, and Fluttershy sighed contentedly. She had arranged for her friends to take turns visiting her home while she was away on vacation, to make sure the animals had their needs tended to. After all, so many of them relied on her that they simply couldn't go for a week without some point tending to them. Most of us were cleaning the gun after that scene. "I love all animals so much," she thought, "and I know they love me, even if a few of them don't even like to admit it." She tipped back her head, drinking the last of the tea. "I just wish I could tell them that myself. I want to be able to know each and every one of them personally, like I know my pony friends. If I could see the world through their eyes, it would help me take even better care of them." Well, that's your wish, right there. It's a wish granting tea. Or at least the hope, it seems like. Fluttershy glanced into her empty teacup, seeing her purple petal set at the bottom. Something in the back of the Pegasus' mind stirred at the sight, but she couldn't put her hoof on what it was. Sleep was overcoming her, and she set the cup down without a second thought about the strange plant fragment, and curled up beneath the blanket. Finally, relaxed, she drifted into a deep sleep. Well, we know what this is gonna be. It's not gonna be good. A flicker of early morning sunlight danced on the roof of the cottage. A beautiful morning was beginning. Pleasant springtime temperatures and a gentle breeze made for perfect flying weather. Inside the small home, Fluttershy stared beneath the covers as the first light of dawn reached her eyes. She yawned and rolled over to climb out of bed, and almost immediately realized something was different. She felt disoriented. Her movements felt all wrong somehow. Her forelegs seemed too short, and her body felt strange, as if she had bent herself into some position impossible for Pony to achieve. Obviously, they are making noises outside. It has potential to do some amazing good too. What's going on? Fluttershy thought, quickly becoming panicked. She crawled toward the edge of the bed, struggling against her misbehaving limbs, before finally scrambling off the edge. The fall from her low mattress to the floor was much longer than it should have been, and Fluttershy squeaked in surprise as she thumped on the wooden floor several body lengths below. Looking up, she was even more shocked to discover that her small bed now appeared to be a towering structure in front of her. A quick glance around the room revealed that everything else was dramatically larger as well. Fluttershy wakes up in a dimension within the television. A strange creature approaches her that appears to be a teddy suit. He tells her, "Very nice to meet you." No, this is not personal. Everything has grown bigger? Fluttershy asked aloud, and was shocked to hear her own voice. It was much smaller and squeakier than usual, and for someone like Fluttershy that was saying something, a startling realization came to her. Nothing is bigger, I'm just smaller. Fluttershy curled up on the floor, her thoughts racing as she tried to figure out what to do. Somehow she had shrunk to a fraction of her original size. How could a pony suddenly become so small, and was there anything she could do about it? Maybe Twilight could help? But there was no way Fluttershy could get all the way into town in her current state. She stopped quietly, confused or afraid. "Hey kid!" came a voice. "What are you doing over there?" I have a feeling that is Angel Bunny, and that's gonna be his voice. That is how I imagine the grumpy Angel Bunny right there. Fluttershy gasped. Someone else was there. Maybe she could still get help. She rolled over and stared out of the room, into the room. But the only other creature was Angel Bunny. "I said, what you doing?" Angel repeated, in what sounded like an Italian accent. Wait, Angel Bunny is Italian? I definitely can't do Italian accents. This picture. So I guess Angel is Italian. Mamma mia! Stop laying on the floor. We got work to do. Angel? You are talking? Fluttershy asked, amazed. That's a bit of random accent. Yeah! Angel said slowly. Giving Fluttershy a bewildered look. Look, kid! You don't look so good. Did you get hurt or something? No, I mean, I don't know. Fluttershy stammered. I went to bed last night and woke up like this. Angel raised an eyebrow and looked at Fluttershy over more closely. Hey! Wait a second, kid! Are you trying to impersonate the Mare or something? The what? The Mare! Angel repeated loudly. You know that Pony Fluttershy. You got the same fur, same eyes, the same voice even. But you ain't fooling me, hehe. Even if you are spitting image of her, there is still that crucial detail that the Mare is a pony. And you, kid, are a rabbit. A rabbit. A rabbit? Fluttershy gasped. She turned to gaze in the direction of the large mirror against the wall. Angel was right. Her yellow fur was still there. It's a yellow rabbit. Her long pink mane lay straight over her head, but the rest of her looked completely different. A tiny twitching nose sat in the spot where her muzzle used to be. Four paws has replaced her hooves, and two long droopy ears hung haphazardly over her head. I'm actually surprised. How would someone feel if their body was completely different? Wouldn't they realize it sooner? Wouldn't be the first thing to do is to check what you look like? Silly rabbit, thanks for Fluttershy. I'm a rabbit! Fluttershy wailed, collapsing on the floor again. But how? How did this happen? I hope you don't hear that. I wonder if this transformation make her hopping mad. No, she wouldn't be mad. She was only flipped a little bit later. Angel looked concerned. Kid, I think you have probably always been a rabbit. He remarked. You sure you didn't hit your head or something? I wasn't a rabbit last night, Fluttershy said. When I went to bed, I was a pony, like I always am. Realization crossed Angel's features. What are you saying? He asked testily. Kid, are you trying to tell me that you actually are the main mare? Yes, Fluttershy managed to say, despite her increasingly rapid nervous breathing. I guess that explains why I can suddenly understand you. I'm a rabbit now, but I was a pony yesterday. Oh yeah, and this... No, I do remember the smile video, but no, I don't want to remember the smile video. But yeah, at this point, it was not set in stone that Fluttershy can talk to animals. Right? I guess this encounter is what made her get this achievement, that skill. It was 5 years ago. It was a long time ago, but I do remember, sadly. Angel crossed his arms, frowning. She could talk to squirrels, or was that Bubbles? Bubbles was the one that could talk to squirrels. Chip 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 chip. As convincing as you look, I can't say I believe you, kid, he said. I mean, ponies don't just go around turning into rabbits for no good reason. He hopped up next to the covering rabbit, glaring down at her as she quivered. The comment above? I'm a rabbit, Fluttershy exclaimed. Oh, sweet Celestia, I wanted it to be a tree. At that point, I'm not sure she wanted to be a tree. It was later, right? When was it? In season 4? I don't remember which season was it. But who knows how long she wanted to be a tree. Now tell me who you really are, he demanded. Oh, as I'm gonna have to bring the boys down here to do some more investigating. And you don't want me to doing that, do you? But I am Fluttershy. Fluttershy insisted. I'm telling the truth, Angel, honest. Not buying it, said Angel sternly. It's too bad you don't want to come clean, cause that means you are either crazy or you are hiding something, and our organization doesn't like it very much when somebody's hiding something. Either way, it's pretty unfortunate. I see what you are doing there. Now I see why Angel is Italian. Now I see. the family, right? Oh, it was season 1. Okay. I for some reason I thought that Delaware and Bloomberg was way later in the seasons. It was a long time ago, after all. Fluttershy covered as Angel leaned in closer, wearing a threatening expression. If you are Fluttershy though, then I'm gonna have to prove it. You are gonna have to prove it. Fluttershy grabbed. How do I do that? Angel shrugged. You tell me, kid. All I know is you don't come up with something, there's gonna be trouble. Fluttershy's mind raced as she desperately tried to think of a way to prove beyond any doubt that she was telling the truth about her identity. Angel watched his companion deliberate, thumping his foot against the ground impatiently. I don't have time for this, he said finally. It was to the frightened rabbit in front of him. Looks like you're coming with me for some more intensive questioning. Fluttershy squeaked in fear and did the only thing she could to protect herself. She initiated the stare. Does it work in rabbit form? Probably not. Now, coming from a rabbit covering beneath you, rather than a pony towering over you, one would assume the power of the secret weapon of the Fluttershys would have been severely diminished. Unfortunately for Angel, this proved not to be the case. Okay, plot armor is here as well. It works. In an instant, the rabbit's roars were reversed. Now it was Fluttershy standing up and glaring sternly, and Angel curled up below her in a submissive pose. Okay, Angel cried. I get it, I'm sorry. You're definitely a mean mare. Fluttershy's expression uttered to normal, and Angel cautiously peeked out from behind his paws. He stood back up shakily and brushed himself off. Sorry, Fluttershy mumbled. I didn't want to have to do that. Angel shook his head to clear away the lingering shreds of fear, gripping his subconscious. Don't sweat it, kid. I mean, Fluttershy, he replied. At least I know for sure who you are now. Angel thumped one foot on the ground in frustration. But it just leaves me even more confused, he continued. How did you get 32 rabbits in the first place? Fluttershy shrugged. I told you already. I don't know, she whimpered. I went to bed last night, feeling just fine. I can only imagine what happened to me after that. It's gonna be an investigation. I hope so. She frowned. And now, nobody knows what happened, and all my friends think I'm gonna be on vacation. So they won't be looking for me, and I'll probably end up trapped in the money forever, and... I don't think her friends would not notice a yellow rabbit with pink mane. I mean... Okay, maybe Rarity and Rainbow Dash would just sweat it away as the Fluttershy is playing a prank on them. Maybe Pinkie Pie would laugh at it too. But Twilight would definitely notice. Something is off. So she said, I would have blamed Discord, but I don't meet him again until season 3. Yep, that's true. Angel grabbed Fluttershy by the shoulders. Get a grip, Shy, he commented. This ain't no time to panic. You just gotta calm down and come with me. And once we are safe and sound at my place, we can figure out what to do next. Capiche? Okay, Fluttershy stuttered. Good, Angel said bluntly. Follow me. The rabbit turned and darted off across the floor. Fluttershy attempted to follow, and succeeded only in stumbling over her new, large rabbit feet. Eventually, she managed to achieve a clumsy but effective gait and followed the Angel into the stand. Yeah, that's a different kind of running. The subterranean space was small, but not very dark, as Angel had created openings in the ground above, as small light inlets. These tiny skylights lit the descending tunnel into the main chamber of Angel's den. Much to Fluttershy's surprise, Angel had cleverly used discarded fragments of wood and clothes to build himself some makeshift furniture. The white rabbit silently gestured to crouch, and Fluttershy planted herself there. And Fluttershy didn't know about this. Now, Angel began very levelly. Let's look at this one step at a time. What happened right before you went to sleep last night? They are late for a very important date. I was packing the vacation I was supposed to be going on today. Fluttershy answered. Rainbow Dash came over to help. The two of us got everything ready. I was wondering what all the ruckus was last night, Angel commented. I can't expect to get any sleep with that crazy mare running around. Trinity? Follow the white rabbit. Oh, the Matrix, okay. I was like, follow the white rabbit. And she did. She did follow the white rabbit. Fluttershy giggled softly as Angel pouted. After that, she continued, Rainbow Dash left, and I fed you and all the other little critters, and then went to bed. And that's it? Angel asked incredulously. Credulously. Wow, that's a word. Incredulously. You sure there was nothing else? Fluttershy tugged on her long ears as she thought about it. Oh, well, Rainbow Dash did make me a cup of tea before she left. I drank that while I was feeding the animals last night. She frowned. But the detail doesn't help much, does it? Angel shook his head. Unless Dash is mixing of shape-shifting potions in your tea, I think that's the dead end. That's actually what happened. Small details suddenly flashed Fluttershy's mind. Well, actually, there's a plant I didn't recognize in the tea. I saw an unusual flower petal in the bottom of the cup. Angel slapped the paw to his forehead. Kid, why didn't you say something earlier? That could be important. I get somebody to go check up on it immediately. Somebody. Obviously, all the animals have their own puns. Before Fluttershy could ask for details, Angel hopped over to the entrance to another tunnel and whistled loudly. A few moments later, two identical brown rabbits appeared from some deeper part of the network of burrows. The newcomer stood up straight and saluted Angel. Shy, I would like to meet the Bottom Brothers, Angel said. They ain't real bright, but they are okay crew in the end. He turned to the two rabbits, who still stood at salute, and waved his paw at Fluttershy's direction. Boys, this is the main mare, Fluttershy. The Bottom Brothers looked Fluttershy over for several seconds, until one of them cautiously spoke up. But boss, isn't the main mare, you know, a pony? I just need somebody to lean on. Luckily, she has Angel Bunny. Angel scowled and slapped his underling across the face. Did I ask for your input? He scolded. This here is the main mare. Stop asking questions. Isn't their job to ask questions right now? To investigate? The other rabbit stood up even straighter, if it was even possible. Yes, boss, she is the main mare, he agreed. Angel waved the paw, and the two brothers finally dropped their salute, looking relieved. Fluttershy hopped over cautiously. Hello, Fluttershy said, extending a paw in greeting. It's nice to meet you, boss. I thought I only had one rabbit named Button. Angel smiled. It's an easy mistake to make, he explained. They're two are identical. Since you never saw them together, you ended up naming them both Button. Fluttershy grinned sheepishly. Oops. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. One of the brothers said, shaking Fluttershy's paw. It's good to finally meet one of the one who even kept. Wow. It's good to finally meet the one who even the capo takes out us from. The who? Fluttershy asked. I'm sorry, but what does capo mean? Ah, it's just a bit of lingo. Angel cut in quickly. It means I'm the boss. And lucky for them, the brothers are smart enough to remember that detail, at least. He glared at the brown rabbits, who once again corrected their posture. Now, listen up you two. Angel continued, addressing his henchman. Out by the main man's bed, you will find a teacup, and sitting in the teacup is a little piece of flour. Bring that back here, pronto. You got that? Yes, boss. The bottom brothers said in unison. Wow, I'm stuttering. The first one was the first one was not accidental, but the second one was. They both turned and scurried up to the tunnel towards Fluttershy's house. Fluttershy watched them go before turning her attention once again to Angel, who stood against the wall, tapping his foot immediately. Viper definitely remembers Dave's smile video. That's one of the videos I saw before I even watched the show. No, I didn't watch any of the MLP stuff before watching the show. A few moments passed in awkward silence. Fluttershy sat on the dirt floor, inspecting her new bunny buddy more carefully. These new proportions were definitely going to take some getting used to. Angel just stared up the tunnel, mumbling to himself about something. Fluttershy was able to catch the phrase. Should only take them a while to feel it. Wary of his impatience, Fluttershy attempted to strike up a conversation, while the two of them waited. So, Angel? Fluttershy asked hesitantly. What exactly is it that you are in charge of down here? Angel's eyes shifted nervously. I'm just the one who makes sure everything keeps running smoothly around here. Me and my crew keeps everybody in line, if you know what I mean. Is it a sexy bunny? We wouldn't call it a sexy bunny. We would call it cute, right? We are talking about Fluttershy. It depends on the artist. Oh, I do. Fluttershy insisted. I guess you do things that I can't do myself, like clean the tunnels and help other critters find their way around down here. It's so nice to know that you are helping me with my job. It's almost like you are my assistant. I'm definitely sure that he is not the one who is cleaning the tunnels. He's making the others clean the tunnels. Sure, yes. He makes sure that it is clean, but... Angel rolled his eyes. Yeah, I guess you could put it that way, sort of. Fluttershy smiled. A commotion in the tunnels signaled the return of Bottom Brothers. That was fast, Fluttershy admitted, as the two brown rabbits scrambled back into the cave. They only had to run across the room, Angel said dryly. Frankly, I want to know what took them so long. Fluttershy ignored her grumpy companion. Did you find it? She asked. Yep, said one of the brothers gladly, handing the bright and slightly soggy purple petal to Fluttershy. She only had a moment to look at it before Angel snatched it away. He mumbled, examining the petal. It does look familiar, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Fluttershy's ears dropped. But it's our only clue, she said. Maybe it has nothing to do with this all, but I was hoping we could know that for sure. They could give this to Zakura, right? Kid, relax. Angel said, maybe I don't know what it is, but I know somebody who will. He doesn't exactly live next door, but it will be worth the trip to get some information out of him. Well, I guess it's the bunny version of Sakura. Fluttershy was intrigued. Who is it? You have probably met him before, Angel admitted. The fellow's name is... Rose eyes. What if Angel bites into it and he turns into a pony? Now that would be something, wouldn't it? Obviously we are not gonna hear the fellow's name. That sound from above cut Angel off. The door slammed open and the sound of hoofsteps indicated the arrival of another pony. I see from the words it's gonna be Applejack. And this is my problem. So this is not gonna be sounding like Applejack at all. I'm sorry about that. Get up here, you little critters! Came a familiar southern accent. Ah, got some breakfast for you all! Food! Said the bottom mothers in unison. They turned and bolted from the den before Angel could instruct them to do otherwise. That's Applejack, Fluttershy exclaimed. I forgot that she was coming by to feed the animals this morning. Must I tell her what happened? She will take me to Twilight and I'll be out of this mess by lunchtime. But she will not understand bunny language. Teenage Mutant Ninja Bunnies! Kid! Angel won. I hate to burst your bubble, but I kinda doubt that you will. Fluttershy wasn't listening, and she dashed up the slope back into her cottage, almost as quickly as the buttons had. Angel rolled his eyes again. Oh well, she will figure it out for herself in a minute. I'm pretty sure she will. And she will not like that. Get a notepad. Did you find something nice? Applejack grinned at the assortment of rabbits, squirrels, mice, chipmunks, and other creatures clustered around her hoofs, gazing up eagerly. A group of birds and butterflies hovered above, looking equally excited to see her. Ah, guess you all must be famished. The pony chuckled. Sit tight now, there is plenty for every pony. Applejack opened a large bag of feed and spread it on the ground. The critters pounced on the food as they hadn't eaten in days. Oh, Fluttershy. I thought you were talking to me. Whoa, Nelly! Applejack came out. Fluttershy said you all would be feisty. Ah, I guess she wasn't kidding. Gentle poke on her head. On her back hoof, caused the pony to turn around. A small yellow rabbit waved its paws frantically at her. Ah, what's wrong, Sugar Cube? Applejack asked. Don't you want something to eat? Maybe you would like the nice carrot instead. Applejack reached into her saddlebag and withdrew a carrot, which she laid delicately in front of the waiting bunny. However, the small creature didn't appear satisfied. It pushed the carrot out of the way and gestured even more wildly. Wow! Flutter Bunny is just a bad, such a bad behavior as Angel. At least Applejack will think like that. Abby stared at the rabbit for a few moments longer, and the look of realization crossed her face. Oh, I get it. You have heard about Fluttershy, aren't you? She's just gone on Valentine's vacation. She'll be back in a week, and in the meantime, the rest of us will take real good care of the lot of you, alright? The rabbit shook her head and peered pleadingly to Applejack. You're gonna be fine now, Applejack insisted. Just eat your food like a good little critter. Dear Princess Celestia, did I learn what it was like to be a bunny. I also learned that Rainbow should never be a chef. I also learned that my pet angel is a gangster. It's not just... Well, Rainbow Dash is not a... It was not her problem. It was kinda her fault that she didn't ask again. Because, oh no, I didn't hear it. No, if you don't hear something about the instructions, you ask. That's the thing I realized at work. If you don't know something, you ask. And if you don't understand it, you ask again. Even if it's stupid, it's better to ask stupid questions than do stupid mistakes. And the tea was fine. Don't forget, the tea was fine. It was tasting very good. Even Fluttershy wanted to ask the ingredients. If Rainbow Dash was not a forgetful mare, and she was still there. The rabbit didn't relent. Applejack sighed as she fed the rest of the animals, and hurriedly trotted from the cottage, leaving the troublesome yellow rabbit far behind. Angel reclined on his makeshift couch, his front paws behind his head. He glanced over with casual interest, as a depressed-looking Fluttershy hopped gently into the den. "Let me guess," said Angel slowly. "Your pony friend completely ignored you." Fluttershy sniffled and nodded. I don't understand why she wouldn't listen. I told her plain as day what happened." But did you consider that she might not be able to understand you?" Angel asked. "You couldn't understand me when you were a pony, so why would an Applejack be able to understand you now?" "But I'm speaking the same language as I always have," Fluttershy insisted. Angel shook his head. "Not quite, Shy. You are speaking like a rabbit, and you can understand the rabbit now too. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation." Fluttershy refusing to believe it, tried another approach. "But I can still understand Applejack just fine," she argued. "Why is that if we are speaking different languages?" Because our languages have the same words," Angel replied. This left Fluttershy very confused. "Then what makes them different languages?" she asked, becoming infuriated. Angel laughed. "You don't get it, do you? She can't hear you, kid." White Rabbit hopped up from the couch, pacing around the chamber, as he elaborated. "I guess what I've been saying isn't entirely accurate. There is only one language, but there is two different volumes. The loud dialect is spoken by the bigger creatures. Ponies, donkeys, zebras, griffins, and couple of others. The soft dialect is spoken by rabbits and all other little critters and birds. We can hear both, but we can't speak the loud version, which unfortunately is the only one the bigger creatures can hear. As a result, the ponies and their relatives are convinced that we can talk." It's actually a good explanation why Fluttershy can hear them later on. Fluttershy was shocked. "So, all animals can speak after all?" "Oh, wait a second. Quill, I just realized. You're actually right. This is persona. After you realize that animals can speak, later on you can hear them. Right? It's all just how you see them." I prefer that they just don't have the vocal cords. Which is not true because bears, dice. Yeah, you should play that game. It's a really good game. It's definitely not just one of them. And even if you don't have PlayStation. Persona 4 Golden has been released on PC, on Steam. Like a week ago. And I'm happy about it. And I actually have it. Right here. So, all animals can speak after all? Exactly. Angel said bluntly. Any other questions? Fluttershy tapped her paw against her chin, in thought. Are there any differences in the actual words at all? Or are they exactly the same? Also put some very sexy bunnies on Discord. Oh god, let's see this. Do they have... Wait. I was like, why do they have hooves? Then I realized they are ponies in bodysuit. Reaching in the garnet, he said, and said, Bonsuna! No, don't forget, Quill. Angel Bunny is the grandfather. He only aims the guns at others. Only one that I am aware of. Angel admitted. Quality terms are based on the most common species. You ponies use the terms like every pony, even when you are talking to other creatures. We smaller creatures, as you have probably noticed, we use everybody, since there are lots of rabbits in the Ponyville area. Oh, well, that makes sense. Fluttershy replied. So what about... Kid, listen. Listen, hey, listen, hey, listen. Angel interrupted. I know this is a whole new experience for you, but I can see that if I let you would keep throwing questions at me all day. But there is the bottom line. You can't rely on your pony past to help you this time. Now, I seem to recall you wanting to try to do something about this sudden transformation of yours, and we ain't exactly making any progress just sitting here. Fluttershy blushed. Oops, I guess I got carried away. No. I actually would be like, okay, I'm a bunny now. We have all the time to turn back, to realize how to turn back, because I already missed my train. It's too late to go to my vacation. Unless she still have like an hour. It depends on when she woke up. When she was supposed to go. If they still have time to reach the train, then sure, you should hurry. Don't sweat it, Angel said passively. But we got a long walk ahead of us if we're gonna go see this acquaintance of mine. So we should probably get something to eat before we go. Let's head up to the cottage and see if the feeding frenzy is over yet. I got a special store of carrots safely and away from all those greedy good for nothings. Private breakfast for the two of us. The private breakfast between Angel Bunny and Fluttershy. Fluttershy's stomach rumbled in agreement. Come on, Angel said as he hopped up to the tunnel. Feel free to eat all you want. You will need your strength. I have a feeling you and I are going to have a heck of an interesting day. Why? Fluttershy asked. Do you think something bad is going to happen? Not exactly, Angel said. But I'm going to have to teach you a lot in pretty short time. Ponyville may be quaint a little town to a pony, but trust me when I say it's an entire different place to a rabbit. He turned to his companion. I'm going to have to ask you to cooperate and listen to me for your own safety. Can you do that? Fluttershy nodded. Good. Let's eat, Angel replied. He proceeded up to the tunnel. Fluttershy swallowed hard as she followed, very wary of the unusual new adventure that lay before her. And the first thing I see right here. Apparently, Angel is the reincarnation of Al Capone. Headcanon accepted. More! Do you ship them? No. No, I don't. They might be good friends, but you do not mess with the family. And as I said, we are not gonna stop. We are gonna go to chapter 2 right away. So we are gonna go, okay, maybe this one. Angel sighed as he stopped for the 12th time, glancing over his shoulder. I knew this was gonna take all day, he mumbled. By the time he stood up at the top of Grassy Hill near Fluttershy's home, waiting impatiently for his much slower companion to catch up. Fluttershy continued to hop awkwardly along, completely unable to keep up with him. You made this look easy, she panted as she finally reached the spot while Angel waited. Most viewed chapter is 90,000 views. Wow, this was posted many years ago. Yup. It was posted a long time ago. It is easy. Oh, it is easy. Angel said, we could get where we are going a lot faster if you could run like a normal rabbit, you little klutz. Fluttershy frowned. Sorry, I'm trying my best. I want to talk about season 9 but no spoilers. But there was an episode similar to this. Oh. I know the feeling. When you are holding back spoilers. And I thank you that you are not spoiling anything. And you softened a bit. Well, I guess we are not in a huge hurry or anything, he admitted. I'm sure I will be stumbling over myself too if I suddenly turn into a pony. How do you walk on those long legs anyway? And with that droopy hair, it's a wonder you don't trip and fall over yourself. Well, they kinda do, sometimes. Angel continued to mutter to himself about the anatomical inferiority of the ponies as he scrambled on ahead. Fluttershy couldn't help but glance around in wonder as she followed her guide. Although she had walked the same pathway literally every day, her new diminutive size gave the entire area a new feel. The trees, which she often flew above to feed the baby birds, now loomed as tall, unassailable skyscrapers before her. The hollow log on the roadside appeared as cavern, its interior coated with vibrant green moss and crowned with colorful mushrooms as big as her head. Rocks and branches were no longer roadside debris. At this size, they seemed big enough and permanent enough to be landmarks by themselves. When you see the episodes we are thinking of, you might think of this fig. We will see. I'm way too far away from season 9 yet. And I'm gonna tell you this. This weekend, I will be able to start recording again. Because, well, you know, when I'm taking these days off between the streams, I do take them off to rest. Angel is still a jerk. Fluttershy was so distracted, she bumped right into Angel as he paused to examine the way forward from another lush hillside. He didn't seem to notice. Instead, he shielded his eyes from the sun as he looked over at the Ponyville, which was now within sight. Alright, kid, Angel began. Let me give you a couple of tips about getting around town. Fluttershy blinked. But Angel, I visit Ponyville every day. I already know my way around. No, you don't. Angel shook his head. I don't think you understand, he said. I'm not talking about you finding your way. Ponyville is a friendly, peaceful little town to you ponies, but to the rest of us, it's more dangerous than you might think. The danger? In Ponyville? Fluttershy guessed. What could possibly be dangerous about Ponyville? It's one of the quietest, safest towns in all of Westia. At least Angel's being careful, and he has done that before. Has he done that before? This fic? That's the question. I know. Angel deadpanned. Believe me, animals who have to live around Canterlot or Mayhatter got it a lot first than we do. But even Ponyville is no paradise to critters like us. How so? Fluttershy questioned. Well, it depends on when you are headed. Angel said coolly. A lot of ponies don't notice a rabbit or a squirrel running by on the more crowded streets. We are gonna be real careful if we don't wanna get stepped on or knocked around. And then there is the marketplace. Some ponies don't take kindly to the presence of hungry little animals lurking around the stores. So if you are not sneaky, you will end up getting chased away or have something thrown at you. That's terrible, Fluttershy replied. I make sure to give a stand talking to any pony. I make sure to give a stand talking to any pony I see harassing you or your little friends once we are turned back to my old self. Well, there are other dangers too, Angel continued. Sometimes, especially near the schoolhouse, you gotta be on the lookout for fillies that wanna get you and dress up like a doll. Why, just last week, one of my boys came back to the den covered in lipstick and decked out a little checkered pony and matching apron. It's an ordeal, let me tell you. I stay away from fillies when I can. Fluttershy giggled. I'm not sure if I would call that last one danger, she admitted. Whatever, it's an inconvenience at least, Angel said. Not to mention humiliating. Think of look at Fluttershy when Angel Bunny helped Fluttershy to train for the tornado. Yes, I remember that. And we established that this is after Hurricane Fluttershy, so okay. I see. But why do we need to go to town anyway? Fluttershy asked. Don't most of the ponies live outside of it? I tell you, we are going to see a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine, Angel repeated. Considering how oblivious to all your pony friends are, he's probably your only chance of getting this little problem fixed quickly. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait until one of your friends notices you are missing, and they doubt you wanna wait that long. I'm trying to think who it could be. It's definitely gonna be a critter that can't talk. And they are going into town. So, Owlishes? Either the owl or the car. What? The car? The cat. I don't think the cat is knowledgeable enough. Opalescence. That's the name. I don't think Opalescence is knowledgeable enough for this. But Owlishes should be. And he is still alive. Otherwise, you are gonna have to wait until one of your friends notices you are missing, and I doubt you wanna wait that long. Angel looked back towards the cluster of buildings. This acquaintance lives right in the heart of town, so we're gonna have to... Oh, the sick acquaintance lives right in the heart of town, so we are gonna have to head right on inside. You ready? First I shout. I guess so. Good. We will try to take the easiest roads possible. It's best to stay out of the way of the ponies in general. Angel marched down the hill and into the alley between the two houses, with Fluttershy tailing him closely. She glanced up, and the Okay, I think we need another end. No, it can work. She glanced up, and the wood and straw buildings, they seem like... Okay, we don't need... No, it still can work, okay. She glanced up, and the wood and straw buildings, they seem now like impenetrable walls surrounding her. Okay, this is not a problem. Fluttershy marveled at how different every simple walkway in Ponyville seemed through the tiny eyes of a rabbit. No, it works. It works. It was just a little strange. Because there is this semicolon. It works with that. The two travelers made their way along the narrowest, least crowded streets of the town. Occasionally, when it came time to cross the busier through... Wow, thoroughfare. Wow, that's a new word. I know what it means. It's just a new word that I have never seen being used. Word of the day! Angel would point out the entrance to the concealed tunnel the rabbits had dug. Several such hidden passageways were scattered around town, and Fluttershy quickly realized that the animals had developed a whole network of shortcuts to avoid being underfoot whenever possible. Well, day! Yay! Nevertheless, it was a long and tiring hop. We can call it a hop. Tiring walk. The afternoon passed quickly, and the sun was beginning to set as the two reached the center of town. It's not far now, Angel coaxed, and as his companion struggled to keep up, just another street or two. Fluttershy nodded, and the two of them prepared to cross the next road, when their path was suddenly crossed by a family of white and purple unicorn. Oh hey, I know who that is. Hey, that's Hare, Fluttershy grasped. Maybe she will recognize me. Nope, she won't. Fluttershy turned and began to follow Hare, perpendicular to the direction Angel had been leading her. That's a stupid decision, Fluttershy. Don't go that way, kid, Angel called. She's heading into the market. We gotta stay out of there until closing time at least. Don't worry, Angel, Fluttershy called back. I'm sure Hare won't let anything happen to me. I'm her best friend. But she doesn't realize that you are her best friend. Angel groaned and quickly followed his optimistic, oblivious friend into the market. Fluttershy peeked around the corner of a building into the wide plaza, where a few ponies were doing some last-minute shopping before the sun went down. She spied Hare trotting in the direction of the upper stand, where Applejack appeared to be preparing to pack up her wares for the day. Fluttershy hopped into the plaza and under the cover of a nearby cart to watch. You actually know what perpendicular means? Yep. Luckily I know that word. It was one day. It was one day, but it was a long time ago, and I learned that word in school for some reason. Good evening, Applejack. Right, greeted. Did I pick up a few apples before you close for the night? I promised Sweetie Belle I would pick a couple for her, since she and her friends actually managed to stay out of the way while I completed the Brigade this afternoon. Sure thing, righty. Wow, my voice is going away. So it's good thing that I only chose to read 2 chapters. Applejack said, since you're coming so late, some of the best ones are gone, but there's still gonna be mighty fine ones here. I wouldn't say anything that I wouldn't eat myself. We know Applejack wouldn't do that. She is not Flim Flam Brothers. Applejack placed some apples into a bag, while Hare continued to make a light conversation. I haven't seen Fluttershy at all today, the Nicole commented. Has she already left for vacation? Yes, ma'am, early this morning. Applejack whispered. Addie says she should be arriving in Las by now. I stopped by this morning to feed her critters. Oh, that's right, I'm scheduled to do that tomorrow. Hare realized. I mustn't forget. Thank you for reminding me, Applejack. A fair word of warning, Applejack replied. Damn critters are every bit as feisty when it comes to food as Fluttershy made them out to be. They dove right into it, to the second it left my hooves. And this one critter didn't wanna eat it at all. I think it was right about Fluttershy. The pony was even dressing up like her to get its point across. I let her know that Fluttershy is coming back in a week, but I didn't know if she took the hint. Rather than fancy in witchcraft, buy some apples! Buy some apples! Buy some apples! You mean oranges, grapes, and watermelons, right? Because there is no bro in Bro Corporation. Right, the chocolate. A rabbit that looks like Fluttershy? That must have been entertaining to see. Seeing her chance to get noticed, Fluttershy exited from her hiding place and bounded towards her friends. Well, speak of the devil, Applejack proclaimed. Here comes the little rabbit now. The 2 police stared at the pink and yellow rabbit in front of them as she gestured wildly. Right, broke into a grin. I have to give her some credit, the unicorn giggled. She really does bear stunning resemblance to Fluttershy. How charming! The only thing she got wrong is the personality. Fluttershy would never be this excited or hyper. That's true. AJ is related to the Orange family. We know. And she wishes that she wouldn't. And she is also related to the Pear family. And who knows what other fruits. Fluttershy stopped immediately and blinked in surprise. Hare smiled. No, don't you worry, dear. I'll be coming by to feed you all tomorrow. You would best be getting home before it gets too late. Applejack finished packing up the spare apples, and she and Hare departed from the stand. Wait, righty, it's me, Fluttershy called, although she knew it was fruitless. Fruitless. No, there are plenty of fruits in the stand still. I got the shit now. She hopped out in the open marketplace to follow her friends. Hey, look out, kid! Before Fluttershy could move, she was tackled full force by Angel, and the 2 of them rolled out of the way. An instant before a heavy wooden cart rolled along the spot where Fluttershy stood a moment before. The cart's oblivious owner whistled contentedly, having never seen the small furry obstruction he had almost hit. I knew I was gonna have to save your life before this day was over, Angel muttered, as Fluttershy stand in shock as the resident caught. I told you to be careful. Another second and you would have been roadkill. I'm sorry, Fluttershy squeaked. I was distracted. Reality was... Kid, I told you before, Angel interrupted. At this stage, the police are effectively worthless. If you want to get out of this, you need to start listening to what I say. Got it? I'm taking the time and effort to help you out, so I expect a little cooperation, capiche? Yes, Angel. I will listen from now on. Good. Angel said curtly. Come on. Our destination is just a few blocks away. Let's switch. Why not? The moon was beginning to rise, and Fluttershy was beginning to wonder how much further Angel's acquaintance's home could possibly be when her guide stopped abruptly and motioned to a gigantic oak in front of them. Yep, we are going to see Owlishes. Fluttershy looked up at the massive tree. The set was familiar. Balconies and interior chambers were built on the sides. Candlelight flickered in the windows, providing illumination for the unicorn that often stood here. Oh, after capiche, it needs an end quote. Okay, thank you. Writing down. Twilight's library, Fluttershy stated, surprised. No, really? Asked Danger sarcastically. He pointed to the uppermost balcony, where the outline of Twilight was visible, peering into one of her telescopes. One of her? Doesn't she have only one? Looks like the mayor is busy, which means it should be easier for us to do what we need to do without interruption. Yeah, I had it in my notes in chapter 2. Angel darted out around... Wow. Angel darted around the back of the tree home and squeezed himself into a small space beneath one of its roots. Fluttershy struggled to force herself into the small space and found herself in a tunnel, almost pitch black and barely high enough for her to stand in. Good one. Alice should know who they are. Wait. Can Spike talk to bunnies? No, he can't either. Haven't had to use this tunnel in a while. Angel mumbled to himself as he crept forward. Let's hope my acquaintance is home. It would be a shame if we came all this way just to wait around for him. Fluttershy said nothing, as she was focusing on not bumping into the walls of the incredibly tight tunnel. A few years later, Angel stopped suddenly, unable to progress. A solid wooden plank blocked the path. Good, he grumbled. We are under the library staircase, but it looks like the lazy baby dragon finally fixed the broken step. That's a shame. It's going to make it much harder to get in there. Telling Fluttershy briefly, he pointed to a minuscule division between some of the boards that surrounded them, through which a tiny flicker of light trickled through. That plank is loose, he stated. It's difficult, but if we both push, I think we can bend it just enough to slip through the opening between the steps. Don't ask me how we are gonna get back in here though. We will cross that bridge when we get there. Angel leaned against the flexible spot in the step and began to heave against it with his shoulder. Come on, Shy, help me out. Actually, oddly enough, he understood dragons from writing for you in Manhattan. He claims he did it because he was good at charades, but he never does that again. Well, I don't think our issues would be good at charading, because actually the raccoons were using their hands, and they did some body motions as well. So I guess maybe that was understandable. Okay. Fluttershy squeaked. She began to push against the board, but her additional support seemed to have no effect. Not like that! Angel gone. There ain't any strength in those arms. You gotta lean against it and push it with your legs. Fluttershy repositioned herself and pressed against the wall. With all the strength, her powerful rabbit legs would allow. A few seconds passed, and the space between the front and side of the step began to widen. After a moment, it was just wide enough for a rabbit to squeeze through. Now, for the tricky part. Angel puffed. The second we let the pressure of this thing, the hole is gonna snap closed again. We gotta stop pushing on this thing and jump through at exactly the same time. Fluttershy got. We are going on. We are going on 3. Got it? Got it. Couldn't Fluttershy write the message for her friends? Maybe use a stick and draw on the dirt? No, she couldn't. Remember, her muzzle is gone. The ponies are using, at least in canon story, they are using their mouse to write, and her mouse structure as a bunny is definitely different. And it would be like trying to write something with your leg. You are possibly, it's probably still easier to do for us writing something with our leg, so than that. But yeah, without practice, it's not gonna happen. Angel crouched, preparing to leap, and checked to make sure Fluttershy had done the same. She would have to use her paws, but she had less experience with that. Ready? 1, 2. Never Station caused Fluttershy to jump too early. She barreled into the Angel, and the two of them toppled through the opening, with steps shut loudly, and an instant later, oops, at least they got out. Angel pushed the other rabbit off himself and stood up. Man, kid, you are really trying to get us both scared today, aren't you? Fluttershy attempted to respond, but Angel covered her mouth with a paw. Quiet, let's find who we are looking for. Who? The quicker we do that, the quicker we get out of here. Cautiously, Angel hopped forward from the shadow of the stairs into the wide main chamber of the Pony Library. Fluttershy followed behind, glancing around nervously. The usual comfortable and inviting library seemed positively eerie today. Moonlight stretched across the wooden floor in long ornate patterns as it shone through the windows. A few a few books placed haphazardly about were illuminated by the half-battered candles. That silence hung in the air as the library's only residents were 2 stories above on the outer balcony. Angel placed his paws on his hips. Well, this figures, he grumbled. Looks like he ain't here. Wonderful. Fluttershy sensitive ears directed the tiniest rustle high above her. She turned slowly around and peered up to the top level of the highest bookshelf. The bigger light entering the room was unable to reach the flattest corners of the room, but Fluttershy was sure she could see a faint glinting in the blackness. 2 glints actually, like a pair of eyes. Angel? She whispered. I think somebody's up there. And when she turns back, she's gonna use somebody later on. Angel turned around and squinted up at the sheriff, but the darkness remained absolute. He shook his head. You are seeing things, kid. Now, since the guy we're looking for isn't here, we need to find another way out. Actually, thinking of things right now, owls are the hunters of the dark, and the prey are usually rabbits in the real world. Think about that for a second. Angel becomes snooping around the front door in hopes of finding a means of escape, but Fluttershy couldn't help but continue to stare at the gloomy bookshelf. Her eyes strained against the darkness, and eventually an outline began to appear. Suddenly, with alarming speed, the silhouette shape leapt from the upper shelf, spreading a pair of wings wide as it careened downward, directly towards Fluttershy, and its talons outstretched. Fluttershy yapped and fell to the floor, covering as she waited for the inevitable evisceration by a monstrous bird that was obviously only a fraction of a second from reaching her. Mice comes to mind for owls first. Yep, that's true, but they don't say no to bunnies either, if they are outside. But no horrible violent death came. Instead, the sound of talons clicking gently to the wooden floor a few inches away reached Fluttershy's ears. She continued to trample on the floor, terrified of what was to come. Well, it's about time you showed yourself, Feathers, came Angel's voice. You had me convinced you weren't even here. Fluttershy felt a soft tap as Angel gently poked her side with his hoof. Get up, kid, he said. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Finally, Fluttershy worked up to courage to lift her face off the floor. She stared up curiously into the beady black eyes of the large brown bird perched in front of her. Shy, you're metal owlicious, right? Wow! I'm trying to imagine aloud the two horses decided to go for a rabbit. Is it how you write owlicious? Because this seems like Aloysius. I'm curious. Because I thought okay, that's one. Huh. That's one way of her name is written. Of his name is written. The official My Little Pony website spells her name as Aloysius. Okay. The Golden Oak Library card uses Aloysius. Okay. It is a canon name. You don't agree with that spelling? I don't agree either, but it's a canon name. It's a canon Hasbro name, so I'm sorry. We have to just get it. Both are canon names. The Aloysius and Aloysius. I will call it Aloysius with this writing. Because that's how we read it, right? Aloysius. Shy, you have met Aloysius, right? Angel asked. Oh, Fluttershy gasped, finally recognizing the newcomer of that that had intimidated her. Yes, I have. Hello, Mr. Aloysius. Aloysius clacked his beak. Now, how would Aloysius speak? He's hoity-toity, right? Hello, my friend. He said in calm, benevolent voice. You are considerably smaller than the last time I saw you, but I see you are still the same pony you have always been behind the new exterior. Alice is among the names of the general text for the story. The spelling for it looks weird too. Let's see the tag. But first, let's put the book back here. Wow! You don't. It's how low this is. Let's see that one. Aloysius. Now, okay, the Aloysius is the Elements of Harmony guidebook way of writing it. That's another kind of name. Okay, so let's see. We are gonna put this here. Where is the thing? Aloysius. There we go. That's all we have. We have a lot of names. I'm still more inclined to use the first one, the Aloysius. It's still closer than Aloysius. You recognize me? Fluttershy asked, slightly shocked. Aloysius joked. Of course. The truly observant use more than just appearance to determine one's identity. It's quite clear that you are Lady Twilight's friend, Fluttershy. Yeah, you are really a master of perception, Angel said and interestedly. Anyway, we need some help, Feathers. We seem to have run into a little problem with some plant identification. Now, Mr. Angel, you needn't be so hasty. Aloysius. It's so annoying to use Aloysius. Aloysius. Okay, let's just call his name. Aloysius hooted. Your friend here looks like a trifle confused. Perhaps we should get to know each other a bit before we dive right into business. Aloysius turned Fluttershy. My apologies, Mr. Angel can be so forward now and then. I suppose it comes with his occupation. From behind Fluttershy, Angel frantically moved his paw in front of his neck, sounding the owl silently. Aloysius took the hint and quickly changed the subject. Let's call him Steve. Now, Fluttershy, I commented calmly. I can't help but notice that you suddenly seem to be a different species than you were when I last saw you. How did that all happen? Fluttershy shrugged. I have no idea, really, she squeaked. Angel thought we should come to you to get some answers about that. Aloysius hooted quietly. Or, I should say, Steve hooted quietly. My young friend, I am in fact quite the scholar, but I admit, I know nothing about a pony absolutely transforming into a rabbit. I figured as much, Angel cut in. The shy seems to be forgetting is that we are not here to ask you how that happened. We are here to see if you can identify a plant for us. Oh yes, the flower. Fluttershy remembered. She pulled out the flower petal that she had tucked away that morning. This is our only clue, she said, showing the petal to Aloysius. It was found in my teacup, and I'm not sure what type of plant it is. Steve leaned forward. No, we are just gonna keep the Aloysius. Aloysius leaned forward to closely examine the mysterious purple petal, and his eyes widened. I think I know what this is, he admitted, but I cannot be sure without referencing one of the texts here. Allow me to do a quick bit of research. The two rabbits flashed as the orb fluttered up to one of the bookshelves, clutching one tome in each of his talons. He moved the battered old books onto the table, then went to retrieve the few some. Do you know where all the books in the library are shelved? Fluttershy asked curiously. Aloysius chuckled heartily as he retrieved a few more books. Why, of course, I am the assistant of Lady Twilight after all. Young Master Spike and I both perform regular shelving duties for her, and as it is the night shift right now, I have free reign of the library, as it were. Unfortunately for young Master Spike, his addition to duties do not permit him to so much reading, but I have plenty of time for it. Long night shifts in this place have allowed me to become quite the learned owl. I remember and love when Miss Harshmini called Spike Mr. the Dragon. Yeah, I love that as well. Which works out for us. Angel said, how to come by somebody with that kind of knowledge around here. He smiled. Even harder to come by an owl that's not planning to eat us. Oh, yes, Aloysius mumbled as he paged through one of the botany texts. I found that the natural over powerful craving for the meat of small creatures distracted me quite significantly from my scholarly endeavors. So I simply swore off meat entirely, and after a long enough time of denial, the instinct faded. Now, no longer gripped by the more primal dietary urges of my species, I can focus entirely on the pursuit of knowledge together with Lady Twilight. At least as long as you are not showing any sign of blood in front of me, because blood scent might still get my urges back. Fluttershy was duly impressed, and relieved that Aloysius' self-control. Wow, I had no idea, she breathed. I guess Twilight feeds your pony diet then. Essentially, though with a bit of protein supplementation, she orders from some pharmacy in Canterlot, Aloysius added. Has issues and whatnot. So many season 9 references, even though this was not written. This was written way before season 9. He began to page through the botany book more quickly. But enough about me, we'll probably best get down to business. To defeat the Huns. We are interrupted by Uncle Ollie! Uncle Ollie, who the hell is that? Archie sighed and placed a wing over his face. Too late. Fluttershy watched in wonder as a tiny fiery orange bird descended from the upper story of the treehouse, flapping its tiny wings frantically to stay upon. Oh, Philomena? Is that a phoenix? She asked excitedly. Why, I haven't seen a phoenix since the incident of Philomena. Oh, it's not her. Yes, said Aloysius dully. Young Master Spike recently acquired a pet phoenix. He has taken a role up as my apprentice in a sense. I know. I'm actually thinking that season 9 episode read this episode of Big Off. Coincidence? Is it the one Spike saved? Maybe it is. Oh, it's Bibi. Okay, I was like, I thought Philomena and Bibi were the same birds. Okay. The tiny phoenix landed in front of Fluttershy. It was even smaller than she was. Hiya! The bird chirped. I'm Bibi. Uncle Ollie is now one assistant. An assistant. Yes, he named it Bibi. I actually thought that Bibi was Philomena. Okay, we learned something new. Well, shouldn't be new, because we should know that it's not the same bird, but hey. Fluttershy giggled at the little phoenix's enthusiasm. Angel just rolled his eyes. Hello, Bibi. I'm Fluttershy. Fluttershy greeted, smiling and extending paw to the young bird. It's very nice to meet you. Bibi placed his wing in Fluttershy's waiting paw. Fluttershy, huh? He asked. Okay. That's a weird name for a rabbit. That's because I'm actually a pony, Fluttershy explained. Bibi stared at Fluttershy for a long time before turning to Aloysius. Uncle Owie, are you sure that book you showed me about animals was accurate? Yes, Bibi, Aloysius said tiredly. What she means is that she was a pony, but she turned into a rabbit. Bibi brightened. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Bibi, listen, Aloysius commanded. I'm trying to help our guests here with an important problem. I need you to stay out of the way while I identify a certain plant. In frustration, the owl slammed yet another book shut. If only I could find the entry for this flower. Which book is it in? Bibi hovered next to the desk, staring it for a second at the purple petal lying there. Uncle Owie, isn't there an entry about this flower in Electracian's Herbalist Guide to Temperate Valley Plants? Aloysius stared at Peewee in shock for a moment, before fluttering over to the shelf and retrieving the offer-mounted book. He snapped his beak appreciatively as he set it on the desk. Peewee, I dare say I haven't been giving you enough credit. You have been studying more than I thought, haven't you? Peewee puffed himself up with pride. I told you I was working on it, Uncle Owie. Master Spike's been showing me all sorts of things. Yes, the kids is... Oh, it's Angel. Yes, the kids are a good student, Angel grumbled. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Feathers, we could actually get to talking about what we came here for in the first place. No, we don't need the palette time music. Thanks. Let's change. That was random. I'm sorry about it. I don't think I have anything else right here. Let's... Just little concerned that Peewee could burn down all the books that the library by accident. Yes, he could. And who knows, he maybe did some part. But don't forget, Quill, Spike was more dangerous for the books than Peewee ever could have. Oh yes, Fluttershy added. Now that you have the book you need, could you please identify that flower? Aloysius nodded and opened the Herbalist's Guide. After flipping through the pages for a few moments, he came to the very entry he had been looking for, and with just one quick, comparative glance between the illustration and the provided petal, confirmed his suspicions. As I thought, Aloysius said, the petal you brought to me is from the plant I'm sure you are familiar with. It is a flower known as Heart's Desire. Oh. So it is a genie flower. I knew it looked familiar, Fluttershy exclaimed. I keep some Heart's Desire set aside for use in some medicines for my animal friends. It shouldn't have wound up in my tea though. Any idea how it did? I should ask curiously. Well, I do keep it in the same cabinet as the Hares for my tea. That's a stupid idea. Fluttershy admitted, but I definitely told Rainbow Dash not to use any of the brands up on the top shelf. Most of those are medicinal and not suited for putting in tea. Angel crossed his arms. Well, that's simple enough, he concluded. Rainbow, being as hyper as she was probably zipping around your kitchen making crackers and didn't hear you warning about the plants. The wrong thing winds up in your tea, and the next thing you know, you're a rabbit. Aloysius hooted painfully. Not so fast, Mr. Angel. It's not that simple. There's no inherent quality of the Heart's Desire that would cause such a transformation without reason. We need more information before we make any assumptions about this plant collection's Fluttershy's unusual situation. Aloysius glanced through the information printed on the book once again. In order to Heart's Desire to have direct effect, it needs to act on a strong internal desire of any creature that ingests it. That's stupid, Angel pointed out. I don't think Shy was going around wishing she was a rabbit. She actually was. I wish Peewee appeared more in the show. As far as I know, she appeared exactly twice. As far as I've seen, she appeared exactly twice. Oh yeah! True! I remember. It's exactly how they think. What they think. Apple Bloom wanted Kitty Mark and she didn't specify what she wished for. It was the cutie box. But in this, it's a little different. Be careful with your wishes. Fluttershy blushed a little. That's true, she said. But I did wish for a way to get to know my animal friends on a more personal level. I just didn't have such a drastic solution to that desire in mind. Angel buried his face in his paws. Ah, so this is all Rainbow's fault then. She gave you the tea spiked with magical plant and now you are stuck like this. Don't blame Rainbow, Fluttershy replied, defending her friend. It was just an innocent misunderstanding, I'm sure. I knew she didn't mean to put anything bad in my tea. Arceus suddenly looked intrigued. It occurs to me, he began pensively, that perhaps the tea is the reason that her desire produced such a drastic response. If you had just ingested a bottle of two, you probably would have met with a lesser effect, such as an ability to talk to animals, without becoming one yourself. But the hot water of the tea likely drew out the active magical ingredients from all the petals, creating a drink concentrated enough to produce an effect that met your wish completely. After all, what better way could there be to become familiar with the life of a little animal friend than to become one yourself? I would say the heart's desire performed its job well, even if the effect was not quite what you were expecting. Riveting, Angel said, yawning dramatically to show his true feelings. Now, here's a question. What's the antidote? Ashes looked troubled. I'm afraid the antidote varies depending on the efforts of the flower. It will require quite a bit of additional research. Obviously, because we still have 6 more chapters of this. So Fluttershy will not turn back for a while. it would be way too easy. Fluttershy swallowed. How much research exactly? I'm not sure. I was just sad. So, I'll tell you what, why don't you two come back tomorrow night and we will talk some more. I should have something to tell you by then. Tomorrow? Angel sighed. That means at least one more day looking after Fluttershy. I can hardly wait. He glanced at the window. Do you think you could give us a lift? Out of here? It was pretty difficult getting in. Of course. Arceus agreed. I wish you two the best of luck, and hopefully I shall see you tomorrow evening. The owl floated down and gently crushed the 2 rabbits in each of his talons, carrying them out of the window and onto a soft, tough grass outside. He then turned and fluttered back into the library. Peewee, Arceus instructed, please reshelve all these botany texts, save for the Rabbi's Guide. I need to get out a few books on rare natural cures. Yes, sir, Peewee chirped. With another word, the 2 birds got to work on the research project. Arceus answers, 6 chapters worth of research. Yep. At least it's not a powering up sequence. You don't need to yell for 6 chapters. So, we still have quite some bit of time left. Which one is playing? I actually don't find which song is playing. This one. Okay. There we go. Let's have some fun music this time. Why not? Another day! That's a bit too fast, right? Yeah, it's a bit too fast. This works. Another day. Angel mumbled. It ain't worth it to scramble all the way back to your place. Just come back here tomorrow night. You need to stay somewhere nearby in the meantime. Then, where do we stay? Fluttershy asked. Angel grinned. Shy, I think you are gonna like this. You and I should spend tomorrow in the Bunny City. Fluttershy eyes widened. There is a Bunny City? Yup. Angel said Angel proudly. Huge underground chambers and a complex network of tunnels. Underground just outside of Ponyville. A whole lot of critters live down there, but the rabbits run the show, which is nothing out of the ordinary around here. He chuckled. We weren't gonna have any time to visit, but now that I see I won't be turning you back to your pony self real quick, we have time to spend the day there. Fluttershy imagined the society, a composed entirely of little animal friends. The thought made her giddy. We will head there tomorrow, first thing in the morning. And you said, as for tonight, well, it's a nice night, ain't it? He flopped down on the patch of the high grass, reclining with his front paws behind his head. Get some sleep, kid. Outside? Not a good idea. I know Owlicious is giving up on bunny meat, but there are some other birds out there that are hunting in the night, and we are right next to the Forest of Everfree. Don't forget about that. You should come to me to Gangan City. This is a hidden city. Little carefully settled down in the grass near Angel and gazed at the moon in thought. Bunny City, that's something I would give almost anything to see. If I'm getting a chance to meet my animal friends and see how they live, maybe spending a few days as a rabbit won't be such a bad thing after all. Fluttershy yawned and snuggled into the grass, and soon she was sleeping peacefully beside Angel. And that is the end of chapter 2. And the thing I see, so now there is some shipping between Angel and Fluttershy. For some unknown reason, I approve. I don't know yet. It depends on what they are gonna do together. But it's a fun little thing that could happen here. It's a good story. I feel like this is gonna be interesting. This 4 thing could be a good prologue for this. It's a nice thing. How did you like it? I liked it very much. But I'm asking you, what do you think? We only found 3 little problems with it, and those were just typos. I think if Shy has a child from this farm, most likely it will be a bunny, even if she turns back. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Pretty well written. Well, obviously it has 1,378 likes and only 23 dislikes. I'm not gonna give any likes just yet. I always read through everything before doing anything. But until now, I like it. It's a little story. And I see the potential of what could have happened. And it's really nice to see returning characters that we don't see in the story anymore. Because this was written way before season 3 or season 4. Wait, let me see. MLP chapters. Not chapters. Episode list. I think there was a release date, yep. So this was written on 2012 April 16. 2012 April 7 was Mystery on the Friendship Express. So it was written before a Canterlot Wedding, the season 2 finale. Some of my viewers might be doing the same thing with my stories, as in waiting till they finish before posting or like or putting it as favorites in folder. I already did put it in the favorites folder, and I always do this. I kinda bookmark them, I tag them, but I only do put them on favorites when I finish. But yeah, I like it. I was sure that none of their friends would actually realize that it's Angel Bunny. And you can just put it here. Let's see. Obviously, I can hear a lot of noises around here. Well, I think it can refer to an episode before the story is posted. Yep. It can't refer to anything that's posted after. No, it's not early. Quill. It's the last episode. The last episode was posted before this was the Mystery Cure, which is the episode before the finale. So nearly every episode of season 2 and every episode in season 1 was posted before this. And just so we realize what cute angel bunny or flutter bunny looks like. Actually, yeah, that looks nice. I don't know what Vita went back and edited the story to update the for content written after the story started, but that's because it took him 6 years to finish. Who knows? Can we see any editing? I'm gonna see if... No, there is no anything that says edited last time and on this date. No, there is not such thing as... That's that. That's very sad. Gimma was mentioned in his story, even though she was not in the show when it started. No, I'm off. Okay, guys, have a good night, and have a good nice editing session and writing session. I hope you enjoyed this little story, and we are gonna come back 2 days from now on. Yeah, on Friday. Friday for me, Tuesday for you, if that's okay. Officially reports fans, the story was first posted, not how many times it got edited. Yeah, sometimes it would happen. And sadly, I'm gonna just save this file, by the way, this text file, and when we get to the end, I'm gonna send the creator Pegasus Rescue Brigade this file, and so he can just fix the little mistakes. Those are not big mistakes. I didn't see any big mistakes. We can all agree on that. The devil, none. What is it? Fluttershy's bad hair day. Typos. But yeah, I quite like where this is going. There's a lot of potential, and I'm curious what it will be. I do think that Aloysius is gonna get Zakura's help later on, but we will just see. And yes, from 2 days from now on, I'm gonna come back and continue this with the next 2 chapters. I usually do find mistakes on every story on the site, including my own. But that's why it's good that viewers are helping you fix those issues. Some of them have a lot of mistakes, so much that it damages its readability. I'm pretty sure every story has mistakes when it's first written. This is why we proofread. This is why it's good when the readers are actually providing backup to the writer. Not especially if the story is long, just as long as yours were. The longer the story, the easier to get much more typos and mistakes in that. I read this one of the comments. I imagined Angel with Yakko's voice, except harsher and a bit deeper. Aloysius, however the heck you spell it, voices Winnie the Pooh. And Baby is a nondescript pre-adolescent boy from any form of media. Kinda. Conversely, I've seen published stories from various writers which still have mistakes. Everybody do mistakes. Why? Because we are human. And it's human to err. But we have to see where this Bunny City is going, because we know that Angel runs the show, right? It just the couple is not not just a name. I'm curious if Fluttershy is gonna realize what the boss means. That's gonna be fun. Have you ever thought of writing a story? Not yet. I was gonna read the whole thing, watch the whole series first. Because it would be so bad if I just wrote the same story as it happened. As I was like, hey, remember when I said we were talking in the comments with Alchemist that, oh hey, we would need a field trip with the kids with Rainbow Dash. I said that when they were going to Las Pegasus, and Rainbow Dash was so stupid that they left the elderly woman alone. I said that Rainbow Dash should have taken the kids with them. And what happened? the field trip happened, and it was the worst episode in the series. Not in the series. It's not worse than Rainbow Falls, but no, I have. I actually have written a story, but it was not a My Little Pony. That's the fascination. Later episodes have new characters which you might write a story about someday. Have, at least from the point you were left off. And I was more like of what would you say? I would say D&D, but as I said, I was playing Magus, which is the Hungarian knockoff of D&D, and I was DM for like 3 years in one of the lifelong plays. So that took a little writing. That's kinda that's close to writing a story, where your characters are actually moving on their own and not acting how you want them to act, because that's reminiscent. that's the horror of being a DM. Yeah, but that was during my university years, so when we couldn't get together later on, it went away, and obviously it's not the same when you are writing through forums or anything. It was fun when you could have a whole team sitting together. In case this story might seem familiar to that campaign. And I have to tell you that the story we made, that the campaign we made, included time traveling as well. There were no doctors there, but it included time traveling. Actually written novels that finished the story that started as a D20 campaign. Yeah, it's actually fun to write down everything that happened in a campaign or campaign line, because that's what we did. We didn't do one campaign, obviously, that lasted 3 days. It was a campaign. It was a line of campaigns, and each campaign took place in another timeline. The secret word of Nim? No, I don't think so. Let me see. Secret word of Nim. No. I didn't. Or did I? I have no idea. If I have, I don't remember. Wait, mouse campaign? What mouse campaign? I'm confused. Level 10 animated and hard to run story for that movie. There is actually if I see there are two episodes of House of Nim, and it is on VHS, so it's an old story. No, I didn't say it was based on mice. I didn't say it was based on mice. I think you might have heard something wrong. No, it was magus, not mice. It's the name of the rulebook. I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. There was no, there were mice in it, but but no, it was not based on mice. It was based on time travel. Just a second. Yeah, I don't have the rulebook right here, so let me just see this. I can do this. There's a campaign mode that focuses on mice. No. That's not the one. Are you planning on game streaming tonight? No, I'm gonna go to work really soon. This one. Oh my god. Let's see, can I show this? Probably I can. Well, it's not lined in the middle, so let me fix this here first. There we go. That is what I meant. This was the book. This was the rule book. There is a lot. You know what it is about rule books. The original ones had the words M-A-G-U-S on that. This is the new rule book. But yeah, the group had one rulebook, so we were sharing. But yeah, there is no game streaming tonight. I will get back to game streaming on the weekend as well, just as recording and everything. Never seen that before, obviously, because it is Hungarian only. I don't think there is any English rulebooks of that. Maybe there are now, but there weren't any back in the time. Just like there weren't any D&D rulebooks in Hungarian back then. So we had to choose either that or Middle Earth or Codex. That's the three role-playing games that we had. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my reactions to the show as well. And not just the show, but other stuff as well, just like whatever it was called, the Scooter-X, Scooter-X, we have Ruby, we have Genlock, we have Kakagurui, we have the show, obviously, and some other stuff as well, which my list of things is just ever growing that I should react. But hey, now I'm gonna go have something to eat, and 2 days from now on I'm gonna come back and read another 2 chapters of this. That's fine if that's fine with you. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for reading with me. Suggestion? Okay. I'm waiting for the suggestion. That's a long suggestion, I guess. Which episode already recorded for Scooter-X? Watch it on your own time again, as a refresher. Yes, that's the plan. I don't think I recorded too much, like 2 episodes of Scooter-X or something like that, or 3. So I'm not. I just got the teaser of it, basically. But yeah, I'm not leaving. Again, thank you for being here, and see you next time. Bye bye.